Well, looking like another fantastic day. Today's Tuesday. Is the third day of daylight savings time for 2026. So far, nothing particularly unusual related to the time change. No alien invasions, no planets have collided. Men will be men, boys will continue to be stupid. Neither of those observations applies to either all men nor all boys. A bunch of mess in Swansboro yesterday, and we'll be talking
Phew.
about that this morning with some insight from Onslow County Sheriff Chris Thomas at the bottom of the hour. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown, and this is Live and Local Real Talk.
Wow, what an introduction. Good morning. I'm Lee Barrows, and I just want to put out a warning. This week is starting. This week started off by changing the clocks, right?
Hey,
We have a full moon. Ends with Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Good luck,
Uh-oh.
everyone.
okay, we'll be locked down on Friday the 13th. So I will be screening all the
Have
calls. We will have a special service answering our phones on that day, just in case there's something that goes boom.
It's Red Day, but we should wear all black.
No, it's all red. It's red. All red all the time. There you go.
Well, I started early. I have red today.
Yeah, you did. You were colorblind in the closet, right?
No, I just felt like it was a freedom day.
Yeah. Well, it is. Remind you if you want to join us this morning, because I'm going to have comments. So you may as well get your phones ready to do the dialing, especially if you lean to the left. Okay.
Oh,
910 333 0139. 910 333 0139. Mid-morning yesterday, it starts out awful. A call comes in reporting a possible threat at the Swansboro Middle School. Specifics indicated there would be a shooting at the school yesterday. That was what the caller wanted to let everybody know. As expected, the school was locked down, and lawmen from Swansboro, Onslow County Sheriff's Office, the Highway Patrol, I don't know who else responded. Special teams from the Sheriff's Office were among those responding. Special teams are what you see on TV called SWAT, different names in different locations. The law guys got there. Room by room search was conducted not once, but at least twice before the all clear signal was given. Students were secured inside the school under heavy police guard. They didn't want a bunch of kids outside. That's one of the things that bad people do. If they really want to do something, they will call in some kind of a scare.
yes.
And they evacuate, and people are standing around outside in the open.
Which I have a question about that, but go ahead.
Okay. Students were secured inside the school. They had lots of guards there. No one was allowed onto the school grounds. Parents were kept in a secured area. They don't want to present any targets for anybody, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Other schools in the area were also in lockdown during the time as extra precaution. Then, after the all clear, about 11 o'clock or so in the afternoon, a little after 2, a call came in that a bomb was set at Sand Ridge Elementary School. Normally, we nor most media will not cover bomb threats. And over the decades, it's come to be found out that bomb threats, they're kind of like catching, contagious.
Yes.
And then they start
let
one.
me do it too.
And then another idiot does it, and another idiot, and another idiot. So anyway, the contingent of law enforcement officers in the area already that were converged on the school, they just loaded that school down. Students and school staffers were quickly evacuated because it was a bomb threat, and you don't know about those things. And they went to a safe spot while law enforcement officers searched the entire campus. Nothing, of course, was found, and 90 minutes later, the students and staff re-entered the school to wrap up the day. It was pretty well one and done.
Pretty much.
Law enforcement agencies have turned their attention to finding the person or persons who made the calls in both cases. Sheriff Chris Thomas will join us for a bit to discuss the nuts and bolts of these calls. He's coming in about 7:30. And what I want to discuss is how we're going to treat those people who are responsible when they're caught, and what the horrific outcome of the fake threat calls could actually have been. I'll try to keep my comments until we have Sheriff Thomas with us.
It's not really a question, but it's a comment.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to start off by saying what a fabulous job our law enforcement did.
Oh, yeah, their reaction was great.
Saw so many parents comment on that. I know one in particular personally that was calling me back and forth and said that the sheriff's office, where they kept talking to the parents, calming them,
yep,
keeping them
which
calm,
was great.
and letting them know everything that was going on, and
trying to make them understand that
right,
you can't just go up there, you know.
Right, but I saw a lot of comments by parents on the sheriff's office social media where they had posted and all giving them high praise. And, it was just a couple of weeks ago, it was the last holiday, they did a drill at Northside.
Mm-hmm.
And then prior to that, a month prior to that or so, they had done one at Southwest.
Yeah.
All that training, see, it's there for a reason. And from what I heard from everyone, I didn't see one negative comment. People were so appreciative and just glowing remarks about our law enforcement. But the one thing I wanted to comment on, because, all right, you had what happened in the morning at Swansboro Middle.
Right.
And of course, they locked other schools nearby down out of precaution. But later in the afternoon, and when you lock a school down, you're locking everybody inside.
And locking everybody else out.
It must have been a hard decision. I mean, they know what they're doing. I'm just an observer. When in the afternoon you have a school that's got a bomb threat where you have to take everybody out.
Yeah.
And previous in the morning, you had a different type of threat.
Yep.
Where you keep them all in. So, I know law enforcement really had to be on their toes to make sure that when they took the students out of the school that afternoon, all eyes were in surrounding areas. So great
Don't
job.
you know they were? The good thing is they still had that large contingent of police there.
Yes. They said they were keeping them out there on the campuses.
Yeah.
But
so anyway,
what craziness yesterday! Yeah. And I just hope when they catch the person or persons that they learn real quick what it's like to do things like that.
I don't read the socialist media. Mm-hmm. Especially during
I didn't see much of it yesterday while it was happening.
I did get two reports from individuals who are in the law enforcement,
right?
The guys there who monitor that stuff,
right?
And the claim that an active shooter was involved,
right?
There was never an active shooter.
No,
call.
It was a threat of someone causing mayhem.
But then there's somebody who claimed that they saw a person with a gun. Now, see, and then when you read, I don't care if you hear it from Great Aunt Edna.
I didn't hear that. Yeah.
You don't go putting it out there on social media. First of all, imagine any parents involved in a situation like that. They're scared to death.
Of course.
They're then scared. What is it to you to put that kind of garbage on social media?
It's just the way of the world, everything goes on social media.
You think that you're broadcasting something, you're going to get some claim to fame for it?
There's a lot I could vent about social media, but, we've all seen it.
I understand, have a little bit of responsibility. If you just have never had any before, when you put out something like that, think of yourself if you're a parent. Mm-hmm. Think of what you would think if you suddenly read that on socialist media.
Absolutely.
That, hey, there's a guy with a gun. They saw him on the campus. Holy crap, what are you going to do?
Right.
I know what I would be doing. If my kid or grandchild was there, I'd be going over there too.
And that's exactly what a lot of parents. And
then they're stymied. They can't get to their kid. They can't do anything. They can't do what parents do, and that's to protect their kids because of you.
That's right.
You're an idiot. You are the dumbest idiot in North Carolina right now. Lives somewhere in Onslow County.
Yep.
Okay. I'm through with it.
Well, we could sit here for 2 hours and just talk about the stupidity and the
Right.
ignorance involved in it. And
But 7:30, we're going to talk about some about this, but it's going to be
Right.
some other. Oh, I got things, but we'll find out from the sheriff.
you always have
We've got.
things.
I got questions for the sheriff.
Right.
So whatever. Phew.
Start it off.
Told you I was going.
That's the first 10 minutes.
I told you I was going.
Yeah. I didn't really, when all came down, I was outside working in the yard and covered with mud, ants, thorns, whatever. And
You were bleeding.
I was bleeding everywhere.
Mud.
I've tore up all the nails on this hand.
The animals, when they get hurt, they get down in the mud and rub it on them. Did you know that?
I was determined to finish that one area. That was my project. And I was determined to finish that one area. I mean, my drawers were falling off of me. I was a mess,
What?
My pants were just like all sagging. It was so full of mud.
Practicing to be a plumber, were you?
I had to keep pulling them up. I got what I needed. I set projects, and I'm just going to do this part today, because the rest of the day is watching my court case. But anyway,
Your court case?
the court case I'm involved in watching right now.
Oh,
The woman who poisoned her husband with fentanyl and is trying to claim he was a drug addict.
Not before she.
Not before she dosed him with fentanyl.
And I assume he died?
He died, and then
Okay.
she wrote a book on how to help children grieve through the loss like that, and went on a
Book tour?
a book tour, yes,
Oh, my.
and television tour promoting her book. Guess what?
Duh.
All those proceeds from the book are paying for lawyers right now. So,
Uh-huh.
but Rayford, I have to watch it because her defense team, I would have fired them all the first day. There is just.
Well, did they have anything to work with?
Well, no, not really. But I'm going
Maybe
to tell
they're
you,
grasping at straws.
but being on the jury,
Mhm.
so far, I've not seen any concrete evidence. Everything is like circumstantial. Everything is like, she did it, but can you prove it?
Well, circumstantial is evidence.
Yes,
in a lot
but-
of cases.
It's going to be interesting to see how this comes out.
Well, here, let me give you circumstantial. There are two people locked in a room that cannot get out.
Mm-hmm.
No, they can't get out.
Right.
Nobody can get in, and they can't get out.
Oh, God.
Right? And
okay.
there is a knife in that room,
Mhm.
and one of those people ends up dead from knife wounds. The circumstantial evidence is pretty strong that the
Well,
other person did it, right?
They have, supposedly, allegedly, she was buying fentanyl from people.
Well, that was a clue, and he died of an OD.
Yes.
Oh,
But they're trying to paint a picture that
He was a druggie?
He was a druggie.
okay, whatever.
Yeah. So, but
Well, it doesn't matter. Did she supply it? She bought it, and she supplied it, so
well,
she's guilty.
proving it, they haven't proved that yet. They haven't got to that part yet.
No.
But the judge fascinates me because he is so patient. Where I probably would have told that defense attorney, I've already told you once, twice, 3 times, you cannot, blah, blah, blah. Now you sit down. But he's like,
One more
No.
strike, Mr. Attorney.
we've already discussed that. And I think you're being argumentative with me, but I need you to
Oh.
understand what my ruling is.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh.
I know judges that would have been, I think you've been argumentative with me. No. They'd say,
I would have had her in contempt of court by now.
Absolutely. You
if I was the
go to
judge.
jail until I decide you can get
Yes,
out.
but this judge is so cool. But it's been an interesting case. Interesting.
She did it.
I feel like she did, but I'm trying to look at it from a juror's viewpoint.
She did it.
But yeah, she did it.
So, from what you've told me, she did it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but
In the least, she bought the dope and supplied it to a person who died from the overdose. That is illegal too.
well, we haven't got to the testimony yet of the people she bought the dope from, so we'll see.
What are they going to say?
There was one
I
that came
sold
up
her dope. Yeah, well, you
that
can
had
too.
an immunity deal.
I'm sure.
And so he talked a little bit about, supplying her with some stuff. in the beginning, but of course he said no, it wasn't fentanyl. Of course he said that, but it's been interesting. But watching the victim's
I just sold her
sister,
heroin.
the victim's sister,
Uh-oh.
watching her in court,
So the woman better not get out.
she's
All
got
three,
like
right?
daggers coming from her eyes the whole time. But what's bad is the wife did not know that the husband was suspicious of the way he thought. He had made a comment, I think she's trying to kill me. And he had gone back and redone his entire will and left his sister in charge
Uh-oh.
of everything.
So his sister did it.
No, the victim, the defendant didn't even know about any of this
Uh-huh.
until afterwards.
But if the sister knew about it, did she know that the will had been changed?
Yeah, because he tried everything.
See, that's the way. If I was the defense attorney, I'd turn that all around.
No, you can look at the sister and know she's not
Oh,
guilty
yeah.
one. Not with those daggers.
Okie dokie, let's look towards the offshore waters
Let's
here in
go.
Onslow Bay today. Southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet every 9 seconds. A nice one. Sounds and
Beautiful.
rivers only a light chop. Areas of fog this morning. Southwesterly winds tomorrow 10 to 15 knots, kicking up slightly, increasing to 15 to 20 in the afternoon, kicking up even more. Seas 2 to 4 feet every 4 seconds. 2 to 4 every 9. Easy peasy. 2 to 4 every 4 seconds. Kind of sloppy, right? Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, increasing to choppy in the afternoon. Patchy fog in the morning again tomorrow. Thursday, southwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots, gusts
Ooh.
to 30 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet, and they're only 7 seconds apart. No. And they're going to be steep ones, so don't. Sounds and rivers, rough. A chance of
Right.
thunderstorms. Those of us who have been caught in thunderstorms in the open water will be happy to share details at the pucker factor with you if you so desire.
I can remember that one story he told.
Oh, yeah.
Today, a slight chance of rain this afternoon. Partly sunny with a high near 82. Calm wind becoming south 5 to 8 miles per hour in the afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 59. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 85. Thursday, a chance of rain and thunderstorms, high near 76.
Right now here in Jacksonville, it's 56 degrees at the studio, 99% humidity, and we got nothing in the rain gauge since yesterday, and 29.97 inches of mercury, and there is no wind blowing. The last wind we had was some time ago, and it was out of the west to southwest or south to southwest. Randy out there in the Swansboro area. No, it's not. Randy is in southwest. Oh boy, this is going to be one of those days. Randy, one of our ham radio guys, he's sitting on a golf cart out there. He and Boomer are riding around. He says it's 53 degrees, 99% humidity. He's got heavy fog right now. No wind. And when there's no wind, the chance of fog is increased. When the wind starts blowing, the fog will go away, moves around. Nothing in his rain gauge either. Carol called this morning from up the river around the bend, 55 degrees, 99% humidity. It's calm, nothing in the rain gauge, and there's no fog where they are up the river.
Mm-hmm.
Lee in the back swampy area of Onslow County, 54 degrees, 99% humidity. It's calm, 29.92 inches of mercury, and 0.42 inches of rain. He had a little shower yesterday, almost a half inch there.
Wow.
Joe in Swansboro this morning, walking the streets again, 57 degrees, 99% humidity, 29.92 inches of mercury in his barometric thingamabobber. And what? That's one of the technical terms. It's calm, no wind there, and nothing in the rain gauge. And minimal fog. He said there was just light fog in downtown Swansboro. Ward over across the river in Cedar Point, 57 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.16 inches of rain of mercury. Southwesterly winds, very light ones, and nothing in the rain gauge. Ken out at Onslow Bay, 57 degrees, 89% humidity, nothing in the rain gauge, and no fog. And Lee over in the Woodlands area, 56 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.09 inches of barometric pressure of mercury. East-southeasterly winds at 1. That's pretty much none, right?
It was 0 to 1, yes.
Yeah.
An
Okay,
occasional
nothing
one.
in the rain gauge.
Nothing.
That's what it looks like in the area.
Yeah, it looks like we'll have some strong showers coming in Thursday afternoon,
Yeah.
and we'll update as we get closer because things change. But
And we
talk
got,
about some gusty
and
winds.
we got some cooler temperatures next week too.
Yes, cooler weather coming in next week. Just to remind you that winter is not over with
Remind
yet.
you that Mama Nature is still in charge.
Yes, sirree, that woman right there. Whoo-wee.
The word going around the liberal circuits is that President Trump is all bark and no bite. Really? I was watching something last night. One of those pukes, whatever, he gets out on TV and does some of these podcasts.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Heard one of those pundits in her solo podcast rambling for 45 minutes before I took my leave and walked away.
You talking about Megan?
She became such an. Did she have one of those boy haircuts?
No,
No, not
that
her.
is not Megan. No, Megan's.
I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
okay.
She became such an expert all of a sudden, predicting that it's a fact, according to her, that we'll be paying $7 or maybe more a gallon for gasoline soon,
Okay.
that Iran is going to become a superpower and will be the leader of the region.
What's she been smoking?
Oh, she blew off facts that the U.S. has pretty much decimated Iran's navy. No navy, no world power status, simply as looking at modern history, not ancient Roman or Greek history, but you look at modern history,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have a navy, you're pretty much nothing in the world power
Very
range, right?
That's true.
She blew off facts that the U.S. has pretty much decimated the navy. They don't have one.
Right.
They keep blowing boats up. If they can find one, they'll blow up a rowboat right now.
Yeah, it's true.
We do have problems with this Iranian issue. Iran is building drones out of plastic, these small ones that can carry small payloads short distances. Problem with that is they're cheap to build, they're hard to see, they're plastic, and they're not major drones, but they're really, did I mention cheap
That's
to build? The United States has weapons to destroy those drones. The problem is destroying one of those drones costs as much as destroying one of the big, real, honest to goodness drones. A couple cost of ultra mega bucks every time we launch a missile to take out a $200 drone. That's the problem. Those drones can be built in garage workshops. Launching a couple dozen of those little drones at a U.S. vessel will require us to use a couple dozen really, really very expensive missiles to take them out.
right.
If one makes it through our barrage of big gunfire and hits its target, that would be a catastrophe. So we have to make sure we get every one of them. We can do that. But the cost of doing that, oh my God, you have no idea. We're talking about $1 million or more per drone, per missile. We need a better plan than to shoot mosquitoes with something other than howitzers. We don't need to be shooting mosquitoes with big guns, you know.
Right.
At some point in time, this could become an economic issue. Running out of expensive missiles is also a problem. We don't want to do that. Perhaps we should train those missiles on the government leaders in Iran instead of at those little mosquitoes. They have certainly made threats against our leaders, and it would be warranted, in my personal opinion. And since we don't seem to have gotten their attention, they obviously don't care about the numbers of their troops that are dying. Time to up the game. The new supreme leader, as we talked about yesterday, is the middle son of the now dead supreme leader. I am a bit surprised that Iran would even consider that move. President Trump has already said that the choice was not acceptable to the United States, and if it matters to anyone else, I have to agree with him. So why should we wait any longer to deal with a nation that has supported terrorism, supported terrorist organizations, including those terrorists that flew planes into the Twin Towers and into the Pentagon? This should have been resolved while the iron was hot a quarter century ago. It wasn't. That's water over the bridge, under the bridge, over the dam. Our political leaders were more concerned with their political futures. That's why that didn't happen. We could have easily squashed them. And now the new leader is sending out messages that he will really screw up the distribution of oil for the entire world by closing the Strait of Hormuz. He's going to block that. That's why the price of oil keeps going up, just the threat of it.
Yep.
It's over $100 a barrel now. That's the channel. The Strait of Hormuz is a channel where the vast majority of oil trade travels. The current idiot in charge, and we don't really know how crazy he is yet, may just possess the brass and stupidity to capture and sink ships using the waterway and to block that strait. I don't know what evil lurks in that guy's heart. Personally, why take the chance? Trump has promised death, fire, and fury if any action is taken to interfere with shipping. The very threat of interfering with shipping, sinking ships, blocking the channel, that's enough. He grew up in a delusional environment, a corrupt government, an idealistic religion of fanatics, a government that Russia and China support. Not much more we should ask, except when will the CIA trackers draw a bead on this clown's whereabouts, and how many other like-minded fanatics can we get with one shot?
Bye-bye.
The more the merrier, the cheaper it is by the dozen. Iran is going through a change of regime, but unfortunately, the change is not of our liking, and certainly not for the better. Next step, unfortunately, will be to eliminate all elements of the regime, not just the current regime. Maybe then Iranians will have an opportunity to build from the ground up. But we need to make sure that Russia and China don't oversee that work. That's my nickel's worth. Keep in mind that it's my opinion and my opinion alone. I'm sure you have a different one. I've shown you mine. Now you can show me yours.
Okay. Tom says they're shooting drones with Blackhawks. I'll tell
The
you.
helicopters.
Yeah, I do believe this thing is going to rage on and on and on. And as far as that podcaster with the idiot words, to put it nicely, go ahead. And as Trump would say, mess around and find out. Of course, he's got a different terminology for that. But
yeah, a couple of F's in it.
Yes, which we won't do that here, but
We won't. No, we won't.
But yeah, mess around and find out. I mean,
That's pretty much what she changed the F's to M.
The drug boats out there in the ocean found out, didn't they?
Well, yeah.
I mean, they were giving no warning.
I hated when I watched one of those, the Coasties boarded one of the boats that they don't have time to take them and tow them in. They're like 25, 28 footers, really fast boats, lots of fuel and stuff like that, and canisters, and like 3 and 4 very large new Yamaha outboard motors, 350 to 450 horsepower each. And they sat there and destroyed those motors.
I know that hurts you. That hurts you.
They're $40,000 a piece.
Can you just take the motors off and
just leave that boat? Call me. Let me know where it is. I'll go get the boat. I will bring it home.
Yeah. Not worried about the drugs sinking, Rayford. It was the engines on the boat.
Well, drugs can go away. You know, they can burn those up. That's not a problem. Let me get the motors off. I'll bring those motors home.
Yep.
Jeez. Man.
Wow.
Whatever.
Anyway, did you hear that JetBlue had canceled all their flights yesterday for a while?
They ran out of money?
No, it was in some type of computer issue. They got it resolved. They were back in the air, but let me tell you,
Y2K is still alive.
The way ABC News came out with it, I want you to listen to what they posted. The comments were hilarious. Breaking. JetBlue has requested a nationwide ground stop for all of their planes, the FAA said in an advisory on Tuesday. That was early this morning. JetBlue planes will not take off while the stop is in place, but the flights in air will continue. One of the comments was, I was worried that the flights in air would simply drop out of the sky. Good job, ABC News.
you need to be a little clearer on when you
I don't
put
want to
out
hear about that.
information.
But it's ABC News, and it says that, and then of course, the one I listened to, Agenda Free, said the ground stop has been canceled, which it did get canceled, and a lot of people, well, they're just like, the flights in here will continue, like they're going to stop.
No, poop, Dick Tracy, right?
Well, it's just the way that ABC wrote that. That was hilarious, you know.
Oh, I like that. That's cute.
Yeah.
A little levity. I'm sure the passengers. This is the captain speaking. They have grounded all flights, but our flight will continue.
It was just for any JetBlue that was already on the ground. They were grounded. They couldn't leave.
Can you imagine AI, fake intelligence having control of all the planes
Right.
in the sky and on the ground?
Oh.
And fake intelligence, all they do is get the information. All flights are grounded
That's
now.
a new movie coming out, right? You just wrote a movie.
All flights in the air are grounded now.
The day AI took over. Wow.
All flights are grounded now.
And it was actually the wizard behind a big curtain.
Because there's nobody at AI thinking. You understand that, right? They don't use reason. None at all.
Well, did I tell you the other morning I had to go pick up something? Long story, make it short. And so after sitting for 45 minutes, I tried calling the store and got AI. It says, this is AI answering your question.
Well, this is IT. You know what you can do with your AI?
No, I eventually went into the store and AI was wrong.
Did you go ask the store? I'd like to see AI for just a minute.
I said, well, they said you're not checked in. I said, yes, I am. And AI told me I was.
And AI lied again.
AI, darn that AI.
Can you imagine this fake intelligence taking over the world?
Good morning. Did you get any sleep last night?
No, yeah, a little bit. I've been on the phone since about 6 this morning, though.
Oh, wow. I didn't call you this morning.
No, I was talking with some of the school officials. The superintendent, particularly this morning.
Yeah, half of Onslow County wanted the school shut down today.
Yeah, we have extra staff there today. Obviously, we're investigating what happened yesterday, and there's no no continuing threat. There's no actual threat.
Right. Well,
we're joined by Chris Thomas, sheriff of Onslow County. Dog,
come here.
Leave him alone.
Come here.
My canine is after you.
Yes.
You must have dogs too. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife does. I don't.
Yeah. I tried that. That didn't work.
Yeah, not working out well for me either.
Yesterday was, thank God, tragedy was averted, but we all know that idiots make calls, right?
Yes.
Today, back in the day, come to springtime, and they want to get out of school. Generally, high school kids, not those lower grades, would make calls, and they go to a payphone somewhere and make a call. There's not a whole lot of payphones out there to make calls from. Number one,
I don't think I know where there's a single payphone
I
at
don't
anymore.
either. But then, there are ways. These idiots don't understand. There are ways that those calls can be tracked back to them.
Yeah, generally you can. Technology out there to track a lot of calls back, but there's also technology that makes it very difficult for us to track it back.
Generally, I mean, in most threats that are made by kids, some of the technology is not really available to them like it is to some folks. And there will be traces somewhere down the line. And let's talk about the consequences. How many people left Jacksonville yesterday with brown uniforms or black uniforms or things that said OCSO on it and headed for Swansboro?
We had a large number of my deputies there. I was there. Members of my staff was there, but we also had members of Highway Patrol, probation, Marine Fisheries, Swansboro PD. Everybody responded, and I'm very, very thankful for their response. I'm glad it was a hoax situation. However, for everyone to respond like it they did was very good.
Now, and you responded, and you didn't drive down there at 35 miles an hour.
No, everybody responded to emergency traffic to get there. So any kind of time we get a threat like that, we treat them like they're real. You know.
So I'm doing an aftermath thing now. When we get to court with these people,
Mhm.
and I'm counting on that happening one day, can they make me to pay restitution for all of your responses?
We had a discussion about that actually yesterday.
Good. Our minds are in the same place.
However, I just don't, with the number of resources we have there, I don't know the likelihood we could recover enough to cover that expense.
Well, if the judge did it right, that's something could be added onto the civil side, and because civilly they can keep you couldn't get credit for the rest of your life if you owed that kind of money, right?
Most certainly, a Superior Court judge can put an order for restitution.
Now, if we can get our legislators, so my mind works in devious ways. For people who owe restitution, all restitution, and don't pay the restitution to these people that deserve to get their money back, no driver's license.
Yeah, that'd be all right with me.
Whoops.
I tell Rayford they're still going to drive.
They are, which is going to cause more court cases because they're going to get caught driving without it. But there's ways to recover.
The third time revoked, then you just stay in jail.
True, but that also has an expense back on the courts again, back on the jail again. So it creates a big circle. But there are other ways to collect monies owed.
Guido?
Guido.
Don't know about him, but you can put garnishments and what have you to collect. So.
That anytime you get a job and you're making money, then they can take it. So there are ways to do it.
As much as you can tell and share, explain actually what happened yesterday.
We received a call, 911 received a call that there was an individual seen on the campus with weapons. And we all responded. I say, a number of agencies responded down. We immediately locked down the school. The schools, out of safety, did a soft lockdown on schools nearby just in case, which is just a precautionary measure. Once we started getting staff on the scene, we immediately started searching the area. We searched every room. We searched the area around the school. We searched the woods, the gymnasium. We locked down, obviously, the entries to the school, and we searched it twice. We searched it as a real fast search to start with. Then we did a methodical door-to-door search through the entire school campus to make sure we were safe.
Right.
And following that, we worked coordinated with the school because a number of parents showed up, obviously, very concerned about their children. I addressed a number of them at the entrance to the parking lot there yesterday. And
how about that? We had some good reports that you did a wonderful job dealing with the parents there.
I appreciate that.
You treated them like you're a parent.
Well, these, I know why they're upset, and they're just very scared their children are in trouble or hurt. And I try to talk with them, let them know that no students were injured. There's no injuries at all on the campus. But we got them lined up with the school and the school coordinator because a lot of folks came to pick their children up. So we stayed with them the rest of the time and helped coordinate individuals in and out of the school to pick their kids up. And we stayed on scene for the rest of the school day. And I have extra staff there today as well, just, precautionary and also to try to ease the public's mind a little bit.
The caller, obviously calling 911, did they seem like they really knew what was going on, or can you tell an age? Or I'm sure you've overanalyzed that call by now.
We have overanalyzed it, and we are in the process of doing some investigation on it. It was made to appear as a younger person that was calling, but I don't want to get into a lot of detail on it. Like I say, we're still looking into it, but it was made to seem like it was a student call.
Well, Sheriff, was there more than one call made?
There were a couple of calls made in total, but the first one was the primary one that actually set everything off.
Right. What a fabulous job. I mean, I talked to a lot of parents that I know, and we were discussing it because I'd gotten a phone call yesterday morning wanting to know if I knew anything from a parent who was just sobbing. And I'm like, no, I'm outside working in the yard, but she did call me later and tell me about the excellent job that the sheriff's office did and all the other law enforcement, about how you took the time to calm the fears of the parents and the way that the deputies responded to the parents. And then later on social media, there was nothing but glowing remarks. I mean, y'all did such a fantastic job. And I know just over the last month or two, you've had 2 shooter drills already. Didn't you have one at Northside and one at Southwest?
We had one down at Southwest, and then the city did one at Northside here. We both they helped critique ours in the county, and we helped critique theirs in the city. It was all coordinated through the schools. So yeah, we practice continually.
And that's
try to make sure that we're prepared.
Right.
Yeah, and I try to keep in mind the concerns of the public, of the parents. Because, I mean, I'd be as upset as they were if my 12-year-old was on that campus. So I get how they feel. So when I saw them gathered up, I said, I'm going to go talk with everybody that can hear me and let them know it's going to be a little bit, and then we can let them in. So,
well, Rayford and I were discussing it this morning. Now, later in the afternoon, you got a bomb threat for another school in the area, and you had to evacuate that.
You have to treat that differently than a
And yes, we were discussing how you have to treat that differently, but did it play into your mind that, well, earlier we had a call of an alleged shooter and we keep everybody inside safe while we go check it out. But in this case, you had to take everybody out. Did what happened earlier in the morning play into your mind for the afternoon? Like, we're putting all these students out on the lawn. Do we need to? I mean, I'm sure you probably were all over the perimeter there.
When we do that, we check the area first. We try to go out first because what you just brought up is almost a scenario, almost like you were listening to my phone call with the school superintendent this morning. We had this very same conversation.
I told her she shouldn't be doing that.
When we do anything like that, we recon the area first. We kept quickly, obviously. We had to do it real fast, but we don't just randomly, shuffle them out. We try to get a first look ahead of time because you never know what someone might have on their mind.
Right.
But right now, we obviously, at the point we believe both of those calls were related to each other.
That's what my next question was.
Yeah. How scary.
Which would play into a scenario of a really sick group.
Yep.
Were they made by the same person? Do you know?
I'm going to pass on answering that right now.
Pass on the information. I understand. Right. What fabulous job. And we thank you all so much. I mean, I don't have any children in that school, but, I did have a child grow up here.
Well, we're also from Onslow County.
And we're also from Onslow County, and we're all family. And quite frankly, if I got a call from Pinter County, because I'm on their call list, for my grandson, I'd be leaving and going too.
We had, of course, I had everybody I just named showed up yesterday, which is very comforting when the other agencies we didn't have to call them, they came.
Wow.
But I also had calls from other counties wanting to know if they needed to send people as well.
Wow.
And we do the same for them. I mean, years ago, we responded to Penner to help them with a situation that they didn't know what they exactly had at the time. But the response from them is good. But I will say, too, the school, they reacted really well to it. They worked very well with us. My last telephone call last night was with the school administration, the school board administration, and the first call I had this morning was with the superintendent. They're very much working with us on it and are trying to be as diligent as possible.
But that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And, is there anything? I'm going to go and reasonably sure that somebody else knows something about this that could provide some information.
Certainly, I always ask anybody that might think they know something about it or may have seen something odd to call us. I mean, if you're concerned about talking directly to law enforcement, if you can call Crime Stoppers.
Oh, yes.
You can talk to those guys as well. And but any information anybody can give us, we'd appreciate.
Yeah, kids, if it's a young person, potentially a young person, they tend to brag a little bit to somebody else. So
Oh,
what's
yeah.
your group?
Yeah, it's,
Parents? So parents, talk to your kids if you have kids in that school.
Telephone number, Rayford Crime Stoppers,
Yes, you got it.
910-938. The
Three.
last.
I had it in my head, but it's gone.
Mm.
We'll get it for you. But
Yes, I'll get it on
you
there.
can look it up if you don't. We don't give it to you, but we'll give it to you before the show's over. If parents talk to their kids, not did you do it, but do you? Are you hearing? Have y'all heard something?
Yeah.
Parents, you could be a cop here for just a minute, all right?
you can definitely help.
And you don't have to advise them of their rights.
Yep. And all they got to do is just, ask them, what have you heard? What do you know about
what's
it?
going on?
And most kids, they don't want that kind of interruption in their life either, because it
No, they
upset a
don't.
lot of the children as well.
Mhm. Yeah, because I can't imagine if going through I'm trapped in this classroom and there might be somebody out here with a gun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what do I do?
That's so scary for
Yeah.
everyone yesterday.
Well,
The students, the parents, the teachers.
We had a few kids calling their parents from the classrooms.
I'll bet you
Oh,
you did.
yeah.
So
The ones that weren't supposed to have cell phones.
we had to address a
Bless
little bit of that as well.
Yes.
But I'm standing there at the door helping shuffle parents in to pick their kids
Sure.
up afterwards. And here comes one of my deputies. He's always off duty.
He came to get his kid.
He came to get his kid. So obviously,
Oh,
He came prepared too.
he came prepared too, but he came to pick up his child as well. So
Well, good.
Well,
I mean,
great.
we're all human.
and a number of the children stayed. They tried to have as normal a day as they possibly could, which it was
Well,
almost over by the time we
right.
got through.
I'm sure the school system, I'm hoping the school system will, either bring somebody in or somebody to teach the teachers how to teach the kids about things like this. That might be good for a day's class.
We were a little concerned about parents getting upset of having to wait in line to pick their child up, thinking that we should just let them out.
Mm-mm.
School can't do that, and you got to make sure you keep track of them and don't, get one in the wrong place.
You're going to the wrong parent.
Ain't going to the wrong place.
I
So,
decided not just walk home and,
we had a couple walked in that did not have their ID to show who they were to pick their child up, but we let them go back. We let them go back to their car and get it and come back up in the front of the line. They didn't have to start all over again.
See, you even have to have an ID to pick up your child.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
can't not imagine not having my ID.
Well, they
on
were
me.
probably upset, didn't think about it. Some of the teachers probably knew him. I'll be fine, and ran in there. And how many times have I gone back to my truck to get my ID? Yes. But, yeah.
I got a little laugh. Last Tuesday, I went to vote, and the lady sitting there, I've known her for years and years, and she obviously knows me. And
Yeah.
she said, "Hey, you got your ID?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am, I got my ID."
Oh, she's doing her job.
Yeah,
Bless
she's
her.
doing her job. So.
When I was a reporter in Wilmington, I got to get a library card, and I was on TV every night.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked to me. So I went to the Wilmington Library, the New Hanover Library, to get a library card, so I could check out books. She said she talked and talked and talked about as they would engage you, how that is. And then she said, "Well, I need to see your ID, so who you are." And I said, "You really?" That was before everybody got all hinky about ID, but she was going by the book. I mean,
You got to get that address too, though.
Have you had time to sit back? I'm sure you have, and analyze everything yesterday and think about things you might have done differently?
Not yet. Every time we have a larger event or a significant event, we have a meeting afterwards called
Postmortem.
after action meeting.
Right.
And we sit down and talk about what we could have done better, what we could have done smoother, what went good, what didn't go so good, and we try to make adjustments.
Well, it's crazy because Rayford and I were sitting here yesterday morning discussing about how times have changed, about how, like, I told him, I said, I used to love to go to the store at nighttime or maybe Walmart in the middle of the night. Once the sun sets, I don't leave the house.
Yeah.
And, doors are locked 24/7, even during the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
Vehicles are locked up. I try to stay away from big crowds. And we were talking about how much everything has changed. The shooting over the weekend was a half a mile from me.
Mhm.
So, you just don't know. And we talked about that for a while, and then all that broke loose yesterday. And I called Rayford and I said, we jinxed everybody.
Yeah, we just don't talk about things
We're
like
just
that
not going to
anymore.
talk about it anymore. But job well done.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that so many parents I talked to that I know personally, they just couldn't say enough good things about you and your department and the other law enforcement agencies that responded. It was just all so positive.
There are going to be a lot of people out there saying, what do you mean the wildlife guys came?
Well,
Definitely.
they're
I'm
law
sorry,
enforcement.
folks. They are state
Right.
cops. They got
That's
the same
right.
jurisdiction.
Definitely.
But isn't it
They-
great to have that kind of
Yeah.
rapport with everyone?
And they can arrest you for speeding if you
Yes.
pass them. Don't go put challenge in them.
Yeah, wildlife has that jurisdiction.
They got it all.
They don't generally do that.
No, they don't.
can.
But
Well, I know you must be worn out because I'm sure with the adrenaline flowing like it did, you didn't sleep much last night.
now,
Yeah.
they had it under control, parents and all the rest of it. But I'll tell you, the sheriff himself was there, so he had it under control. He knew his guys were good to go, and they had secured the area. But if there's an active situation, don't count on having conversation with the sheriff during that particular period of time.
That's right.
So if he's not available to you, that's when you need to be concerned.
Yeah. Well, it took us a little bit to make sure we were good and comfortable
Mhm.
before I was able to go down and talk to everybody.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, no need to
Well, Sheriff,
tell
in a
them lies.
situation like that, do you kind of like block the entrances into the school?
we did.
At
we,
that time?
we locked all the entrances and shut the gates, so we didn't have a lot of people trying to get in. We knew they
Right.
would. Obviously, I would
Right.
if I was in their
Oh,
position.
sure.
But it also helped us, secure the area behind us as the deputies and officers were searching.
Understand. Well, there's a lot that goes into it.
Glad it was a school like that and not one where all the students were driving their cars to school too. Right?
Right.
Oh, yeah, that made it a little bit easier. High school would be a little bit different.
That gets to be a bit of an
Wow.
issue.
Yeah.
Everything else good with you?
Everything else is good.
Wonderful.
Listen to her talking about making sure she lost her car at night. I try to mention that every chance I get and remind folks, please lock your car, hide your
Right.
belongings, and take your
It's-
keys, because that's the number one property crime we have. Is
And-
people
and-
coming checking for unlocked cars and stealing stuff in the car.
Well, I had a
So-
PD chase 3-4 weekends ago.
Mhm.
And right after midnight, I was watching on patrol live, watching a chase,
Not this
and
one.
my camera alarm goes off. Ended up with a chase right there in my yard. And when I turned on the camera, there was a JPD officer with his gun drawn, yelling at the guy, "Come out or I will release my dog." And I'm like, "What's going on?" And so anyway, keep your doors locked. Keep your
Absolutely.
doors locked.
Keep your doors locked.
Yeah. If I go outside during the day, my garage doors will go back down
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
and you can't get in. Everything else is locked all the way around. And of course, I carry my phone on me, and anytime you come on the property, ding dongs go off, the little
Yeah.
cameras in the
Right,
action.
right.
They alert my phone.
Yep.
So I'm in the backyard. It's okay. I'm going to know you're there.
Yep. I
So-
have,
Well, you used to be
cameras on
able
my
to leave your
property as
doors
well.
open during the
Oh,
day.
that's a
Open
different
your
story.
windows, open your doors, you know.
Yep.
But
I'll
at
do
that time,
that.
we also had a punishment that carried through when they got caught, either at the scene or later on.
You know,
People went to prison.
it's just things have changed so much over the years.
All
And
the survivors went to prison.
Oh,
Let's put it that way.
we were discussing still the crime rate in Onslow County is low compared to a lot of other places.
Yep.
And we have great law enforcement agencies here, great response on everything. But, it's just people have gone crazy. It's everywhere, but people gone crazy.
They are. It's, nothing really surprises me very much these days.
No.
So.
That's crazy.
It's gotten kind of out there. Well, I guess we will reelect you again since you did a good job on this.
Yes. Yeah, we'll vote for you again.
This is not a campaign visit here. So
No.
because the sheriff is by unanimous decision,
Yeah,
I mean,
close.
People of Onslow County
unanimously,
say,
but nobody else decided to run against you. So
Yeah.
smart move on their part. But
Yeah, that's a direct
Let 'em
reflection on my
try.
staff. I
yeah,
got
well,
Right.
well,
great
that's
staff,
good
so.
for you. Because, yeah, you are running, but it's you got how many people running that you got that number of people that could unelect you if they didn't do right, right?
Yeah.
He's running
Because the buck stops
unopposed.
there.
Yeah.
The people have spoken. They say, we like our sheriff. We're going to keep him.
That's good.
So,
So it makes it cheaper to run too.
Yeah, mate. Less stressful election cycle for me.
yes. You don't even have to show up, do you?
No, ma'am.
You just go in there and vote for yourself and you won.
Yes, ma'am. I show up. So,
Yes. Well, thank you for the job you do. And thank you and all your deputies and all the other law enforcement officers for the rapid response and doing what you did to keep our babies safe. So,
yes, ma'am.
And thank you for Trevor for putting out the facts.
and
not the BS.
Trevor's so good.
Yeah, that helps. So that takes pressure off me as well because
Right.
the media's calling him and not me. So it makes it,
Yes.
a lot easier for me to do my job.
Right.
So,
Trevor does a fantastic job.
Yeah, I don't know whether you were in the room whenever I was talking to him about the third time he called me or something, but because he always called me back.
Mhm.
That was just in case. Once he told me what was going on, I said, things are under control. No need to stir in the pot here. I'm not going to be social media.
Mm-mm.
We'll take care of it later.
Right.
So that's good. All right. Sheriff,
Okay.
thank you. We do appreciate your time,
I appreciate it.
as always.
All right. If y'all need me, call.
I
Oh, we
will.
certainly will. We know how to get up with you.
And she's got a concealed carry permit. Finally
Would
got
you
it.
let
That
it
paperwork
go?
done.
My
So
goodness
she can quit
gracious.
complaining about
I
that for a
was
couple more
not.
years.
I signed a stack yesterday of probably 125 or so. But concealed carry is, the constitutional carry is still got life in
Yes.
the legislature.
Yes,
So
still does.
there's still a possibility it may get
I'm
passed.
just still go for my concealed carry.
Still can't. Yep, I still want my consent.
Yeah, and even if they pass constitutional, you'll still be able to get one concealed carry permit because some other cases, states require it in their reciprocal states. So if you're a traveler, you still would want one. But if you're just planning on carrying within your own state, if they pass constitutional carry, then you can
Yes.
Well-
I do want to compliment the young lady that was working. I went on Saturday morning. It was the morning that Michael Watley was here and we were all
carry. Mm-hmm.
anyway. So I left there and I went down to pick up my concealed carry. And the young lady that I dealt with,
Mhm.
she was super nice. I mean, she was just fun to talk to
Mhm.
and very, very polite, very right on the spot, man. So
That's good.
you guys are
Good.
great employees down there.
Okay.
All right. Keep her safe.
Appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good morning.
You too.
I wanted to say something like that, but I'm not.
I said keep her safe. I didn't use the Q word.
I'm not saying anything.
No, I don't use the Q word.
Yeah, no, definitely not the Q word, but
We're going to take care of this one.
it's going to be a beautiful day.
Just be safe.
Bye. Thank you for all you do. We have such a great sheriff.
He is. He's easy to get along with, and he's available. And I'm not going to push him, but when he's available and can come in to just set the stage here.
Well, I saw him Saturday. He said, I need to come back in. I thought you were just here, but yeah, come on in. We'll take you every day.
Yeah. Well,
And
as
then
it
this-
worked out, and
And for him to take a moment this morning after everything is still fresh and going
he's
on.
on the phone at 6:00 with the school system.
Yeah, and to come in here just to kind of ease everybody's. I mean, how great is that? We have a great sheriff. We have a very good sheriff. We're very fortunate here. So anyway.
I'm going back to all those flights had to be canceled, and including, but the flights
Browns?
that are in the air, they can still fly.
I know, I
Lord
just-
have mercy.
I
That is
just
the
clicked
funniest.
off of that.
That's hilarious. Sorry, but
That
it's
was
hilarious.
funny. It was ABC News that had posted that. And I got so tickled at the comments on it.
Yeah, the prank that turned deadly.
Mm.
The wife of that Georgia high school teacher who
Yes.
died after a late night senior prank gone
Mhm.
wrong has asked for all charges to be dropped against the students involved. She wants the sheriff to drop the charges. 5 students were arrested after going to math teacher Jason Hughes' home armed with toilet paper to carry out a long-standing prank tradition. The 40-year-old Hughes was the intended target last Thursday night. Now, I found out a little bit more about what the tradition has been. It's been
Right.
to prank somebody, a designated target, and apparently Hughes was the designated target and not get caught by the designated target.
Right.
Okay, that's what the prank, and it's a tradition, been going on for quite a
Mhm.
while. As the group tried to leave in two separate vehicles, Hughes was walking toward the street when he tripped and fell into the slippery roadway. He was then run over by a car driven by 18-year-old Jaden Ryan Wallace. In other words, the pranksters, they lost because he caught them in the act. However, he died. His wife, Laura, said her husband was not angry, but had been waiting for it to happen
Yeah, he knew.
because he was actually wanting to play the game, and then he was actually very excited.
Mm-hmm.
But he died.
Right.
Wallace, the 18-year-old, faces felony charges of first-degree vehicular homicide and reckless driving, along with misdemeanor charges of criminal trespass and littering on private property. The other 18-year-olds were also arrested at the scene and charged with misdemeanor criminal trespass and littering on private property. A completely avoidable and tragic situation, yes, certainly not an accident, but I don't see it reaching a felony murder status. That's me.
I agree.
That's me speaking.
I agree.
But I know nothing about Georgia law. One thing, in most states, criminal acts are literally treated as crimes against the state and not against the victim of those acts. The charges are not at the discretion of the sheriff. The sheriff, the law enforcement, they don't just go out and willy-nilly drop charges, okay? They make arrests. They've already been, in North Carolina, those arrests, you can't just unarrest somebody. The charges have been filed, and the prosecutor will likely have to decide how to proceed, but that will likely involve a judge signing off on it, whatever happens.
Rayford, this whole thing, I have so many.
No, it's an awful situation.
It's an
very
awful-
tragic, but a man died and need not have died.
Well, think about it. I would have to know more. The young man driving the vehicle that ran over the teacher, was he driving at an excessive rate of
I
speed?
don't know.
Was he driving recklessly, or was he leaving and the teacher tripped and fell in front? I'd have to know more. But this is going to be an interesting one to follow through.
I suspect the charges will be dropped or, maybe reduced
Yes.
or whatever. I do. The first degree part has got me. First degree vehicular homicide.
Yeah.
So,
well, maybe now that more information's coming out, maybe the DA or whatever. I don't know.
see,
This is going to be
what made it
interesting.
first degree is also charged with reckless driving.
Right. Well, like I said, I'd have to know more information about it
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
But
just
tragic
awful.
situation.
It is.
The
And
teacher knew,
there's no win.
and he was excited about catching them.
Yes, because that
And-
was the game.
That was the game, which the whole game resulted in a death.
I suspect
Tragic.
that in the future, those games will be made not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's for a good reason. I mean, it's a shame to take away a tradition, but sometimes traditions, they can result in tragic situations. Maybe this is one in a million, probably is one in a million.
Yes. It
But
was just.
then again, let's just suppose that it's not part of the game with somebody who knows is going to be involved there.
Well,
Maybe other traditions, like we've heard of these things over Halloween and whatever, pranks that are being played and kids getting killed
right.
by somebody inside the house. Some old curmudgeon walks out with a shotgun and just shoots into
But,
them.
think about it. Toilet paper in somebody's trees. I mean, there's worse pranks. There's
Oh
worse
yeah,
pranks.
absolutely.
This one just had all the makings of tragedy happening,
Yeah.
and it's just sad. And those kids right there, I mean,
They're all marred.
they're all marred for life over it, especially the one that was charged.
And his wife is also a school teacher there.
Yes, and she said that,
Oh God.
she wanted all the charges dropped. I mean, she put out a very eloquent little presser
did.
there, and I felt for her, and I thought, how marvelous of her, how hard. I mean, could you do
Well,
that?
also being a teacher there,
Right.
and knowing what the whole issues were,
Right.
and the whole prank story, and and the tradition. But I feel for her.
Oh,
God,
I
she
feel
lost her
for
husband.
too. She did.
Lord of mercy.
She did.
So that had to be a tough one.
You know, Ray, for something I'm going to bring up, and we talked a long time ago about this, about Officer XY
Yeah.
Brown of
Yeah.
JPD,
Yeah.
about how he should be awarded the long leaf pine.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? He got it.
Did he?
Yes, he was presented during a private ceremony with the Order of the Longleaf Pine.
Wow.
And it was presented to him by Wyatt Gable, Representative Wyatt Gable.
That's cool.
Yeah, Wyatt's been out there on behalf of the North Carolina Office of the Governor, according to the Jacksonville Police Department. The Order of the Longleaf Pine is considered one of the state's highest honors and is awarded to individuals who have demonstrated extraordinary service and dedication to their communities. Well deserved. I think that I'm so glad that they were able to do this now, you know, because he spent over 68 years with the Jacksonville Police Department, and probably the longest in the history of the JPD.
Well, not the whole time as a law enforcement officer. Well,
it says that he retired at 98 years old after 68 years with the Jacksonville Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yeah, true. It might not have been the whole time, but he was with them.
Yep.
But
I know he was a sworn officer from about 71 or so, 72, whatever.
Well,
he was sworn then, and then he was still a police officer in the 90s, early 2000s, whatever.
What's he most widely known for? Being the cross guard at Northwoods Middle School, Northwoods Elementary.
Never lost a child.
Whoa. No, a couple people got a couple dents in their hoods, but yeah. That man is a legend.
Looking at the current crop of teachers in California, recent research shows that up to half of the ones teaching today will retire in the next 10 years. California, over the next 10 years, is going to lose half of the teachers that are currently teaching. It seems that most of the teachers are approaching retirement age. That means they've got an older generation of teachers teaching and have not recruited a bunch of young ones over the years, apparently. The concern is whether today's environment in the California world of education is attracting enough replacement teachers to be able to keep up with those retiring. There's a teacher shortage coming, y'all. The researchers also indicate that morale among teachers is declining. Across the board, the current teachers say they plan to work in another field in the future. Most of those who are beginning teachers, don't plan on ever retiring. They say staying in the world of education until they retire is not on their plate list. The National Education Association admits that it's getting harder to recruit teachers and it's getting harder to keep them. Part of the reason, they say, is because of a decline in morale. Part of the morale issue, they claim, is based on salaries. That I consider have told them, and it would have saved them a lot of research money. I could have told them the same thing. All you have to do is listen. Listen to what teachers are saying. Not in school.
Right.
Just listen to just go out and chat with teachers. Morale, teacher salaries, lack of backing. And believe it or not, there are great teachers who are fed up with the school system hiring inferior teachers. There are great teachers out there that are fed up when the school system has to resort or chooses to resort to hiring teachers who prove to be not of quality. Let's just put it that way. They're tired of it. Parents are tired of it too. Great teachers are concerned about it. There are other teachers out there other than the great teachers, and they give great teachers a bad name. When you put them all in a pile and you get one or two or three out of that pile that turn out to be bums, and they go out and become news articles.
Yes.
We should not judge the rest of the teachers by those few.
Oh, I agree 100% because you're going to have the bad characters or the not so good characters
in
any area.
Profession, anything.
Right.
Religion to whatever.
Right.
Doesn't matter. It's they're
Well,
bad
I've known a
actors.
few pastors in the past.
Do what?
I've known a few pastors in the past.
I
We
thought
had-
you
we-
said something else. Pastors is not what I heard.
We did a private investigation on a pastor here from Oslo County. This was many years ago. Followed him to Virginia. And well, I'm not going to go into the rest, but yeah, he was misbehaving. He was misbehaving. But it happens in all walks of life. It is. But you talk about school teachers. And I know you won't know, Rayford, but does anyone listening remember Mrs. Crow at Somerset Elementary? She was a fabulous teacher.
When I grew up
That
around here, there was no Somerset Elementary School.
Well, I went there the first year it opened, but my brother went there also for a couple of years, but she was that type of teacher that went above and beyond for her students. And if she had a student that was having issues or having a hard time, she would spend her off time helping that child. I mean, you talk about a teacher, that woman was just phenomenal.
I had a few really great teachers. You remember their names. You remember it. Nothing
Yes.
else. You remember some other stuff. My second grade teacher, Mrs. Fields. Holy, why did I even remember that name? I think she was a Marine's wife.
My goodness.
But anyway, she taught second grade, and because I don't remember her after that. But she was just great. She was cool.
The only
My first grade teacher, of course, was Mrs. Bender, and she was absolutely superb.
Excuse me.
That's a teacher that when you were turned out to go leave in the afternoon,
Right.
she was at the door because we exited not through the door in the hallway. We exited because her room was one of those rooms on the side of Clyde Irwin that you
Yes.
could exit onto the outside.
Do you remember some of those classrooms had doors going to the outside?
Yeah, that was one of
Yeah.
them. Room 20. Oh, why did I remember that? Oh my
Oh.
crap! You walk down the hallway; it was the last door on the left. But anyway, every kid that walked out that door in the afternoon, she gave them a little peck on the cheek.
Oh,
Everyone,
she loved her kids.
without exception, every day,
Wow.
every day.
You know, there are certain teachers that you remember.
Mhm.
The only one that I can actually remember that I thought a lot of was my English teacher in high school because I took college prep English.
Mhm.
You wouldn't know it now, but I took it back then.
What y'all mean by that stuff, huh?
I ain't got no game. But it was Mr. Kroom. Mr. Kroom was really cool, and I enjoyed his class.
Mr. Kroom.
Yes, he died
I don't think he was there when I
later years after I graduated from, I think it was pancreatic cancer or something, but
There
he
were-
was a great
we
teacher.
had very few male teachers at Jacksonville High when I was there. Extremely few. I mean, other than
Mr.
the shop
Kroom.
teacher, the electronics teacher, the auto mechanics teacher.
Right.
Okay, those are kind of given. We had there was Mr. Patchett, of course.
Yeah, Linda,
And,
yeah, Mr. Page.
Mr. Godwin taught
Mhm.
biology.
He was
and
there when I
advanced
was there,
biology.
right?
Of
Ricky,
course,
what was Ricky's last name
Ricky, I
that
had
did history?
Kraft.
Ricky Kraft, you're
Kraft.
right.
And then, of course, there was Mr. Taylor, mine, and then Mr.
Mhm.
Sewell,
Mm-hmm.
your
My junior high principal.
Oh, he's in junior high.
Yeah.
He was a teacher at Jacksonville High
Right,
before that.
right.
But that's about it. We had like a handful of.
I had
male
Alex
teachers.
Boyle for biology. All right, everyone, get the frog out. We're going to dissect the frog today. That's
When
just the way he spoke.
Right, that was pretty good. When I was in high school, came time to dissect a frog. I said, I've already done this a bunch because these little critters, they crawl up in the grass sometimes, and I don't know it. They go.
That was a stinky time dissecting that.
I said that in biology, and it didn't
Wait,
go over very well.
I still don't understand. What did I learn from that? What did I learn from
frogs have-
slicing open a great big old frog?
Frogs have guts.
Well, we all know everybody has
No, you
guts.
don't know it until you open them up.
What was the purpose? What did that benefit me for? I mean, what did that prepare me for in life to dissect a frog?
To be kind to frogs?
I don't know either, but I can tell you, growing up,
In the direction that I was going, the only thing I learned
Kind of
about
frogs.
here's the only thing that I got
Right.
into with dissecting a frog
Um,
was that when I took the battery and hooked it up to the nerves
right?
and it started jumping.
No, we didn't.
You didn't do that?
Why would you do that?
Because I was into electronics. I enjoyed it.
This was not electronics.
It became one.
I can honestly say that I cannot think of one teacher throughout all my years of school here that I did not like. I liked them all.
I had no problems with teachers.
They were all good teachers.
Mr. Padgett kicked me out of his class one day, but it was he got over it.
Was that for hooking up the frog to the battery?
Oh, that was in physics.
Physics. See, I didn't take physics.
Yeah, I wouldn't have seen you taking physics.
Now, and I still don't understand why I had to take geometry
Geometry's great.
or algebra.
Algebra is essential.
Neither one of those benefited me.
Oh, it did, and it will whether you take your general class license. Looking towards the offshore waters in Onslow Bay today. Southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet every 9 seconds. Sounds and rivers of light chop. Areas of fog in the morning. Wednesday, tomorrow, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, increasing a bit in the afternoon, 15 to 20, seas 2 to 4 feet every 4 seconds. Be careful because it might rough up in the afternoon, so be close enough to shore to make it through the inlet. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop, increasing to choppy in the afternoon. Patchy fog in the morning again tomorrow. Thursday, southwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts of 30. Seas 5 to 7 feet, 7 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers rough, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. If you've ever been offshore and you got, in my boat, 2 8-foot antennas on top of the cabin, and the cabin is 10 feet off the water. So my antenna's reaching up there, do the math, 18 feet. But then I've got 2 23-foot outriggers. They're made of aluminum, 23 feet going up. It's a lightning rod. If you've ever been out there in the middle of a lightning storm, thunderstorm on the water, you're putting everything down that you can.
Water attracts lightning, right?
Metal and other objects on top of the water really attract lightning.
Right.
And lightning will hit, sometimes lightning hits the top of the biggest wave out there. Just the wave.
I would like to see that once. A video would be fine.
I was going to say,
video would be
girl,
good.
you are a storm chasing fool if you want to try that.
No, I don't want to be that close. I just want to see a video.
Hey, that's
of
a
it.
way to get these daredevils that you just love out there. They chase their storms and they're in this.
They don't go on the water to chase
this
them.
tank that's out there. Let's put them on my boat and take them offshore in a thunderstorm. See how they like that.
Oh well, now Reed, he'd probably be standing up there holding on
crazy.
to the.
If you've ever been caught on the open water in a
Right.
boat in the middle of a thunderstorm that rolls through in a hurry and it goes zip, zip. When you hear something go zip, bam, that's close.
Well, didn't one roll up on you out of nowhere
Yes.
one time? You had to turn around and go the opposite
We
direction.
took off and we went across rough water at a high rate of speed. So my crew was bouncing.
Talk about the need for a massage after that. Ooh. Ooh.
So we outran the storm, stayed in front of it.
Right. Wow.
So
Okay. Is it my turn? Did you finish?
yeah, I did.
I just had to get a story about you having to run that. You had to.
That
you had to
was-
drive towards Wilmington.
I would go to Europe to get
I
out of
remember
a storm.
that story. Today, a slight chance of rain this afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 59. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 85. Thursday, a chance of rain and thunderstorms, high near 76. And Friday, sunny with a high near 65. So the weather's going to drop about 20
Yeah,
degrees, but it's still doable, 65.
So yeah, and the reason that I leave shore with a full tank of gas, even though I
Right.
may not need but a
You
quarter
never
of a
know.
tank, I may have to go somewhere else to come in. I've
Well,
had to do that on more than one occasion.
I'm that way about anywhere I go in Jacksonville anymore. Make sure I have a full tank of gas in case I come across a situation where the roads are blocked and
Where
the
you
traffic is stopped.
Yeah, where you got to go to Wilmington to come back. Right?
Oh, yes. Right. Somebody asked me to ask you if
Excellent.
you got kicked out of class because you ordered a pizza during the middle of
I
class.
didn't even have a pizza. I didn't
There,
even
there
like
was a
pizza.
movie that came out like Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Okay, now here's the simple thing about this physics class. In physics,
Yes.
first, Mr. Paget was a chemistry teacher. He liked chemistry, right?
Mhm.
That was what he lived for. And I took him 1 year in chemistry. I'm not the greatest in chemistry. I don't like those things. I don't care about them too much. I used to make hydrogen sulfide in the lab, and hydrogen sulfide smells like rotten eggs.
You're right about that.
So that's the way that stuff works. And I was making it because this hydrogen is still lighter than air, and I could blow up balloons with it. You just don't want to let the air out of the balloon or pop that balloon because it stunk bad. But anyway, in the next year in physics, I knew I wanted to take physics because there's a lot of stuff in physics I did not know, but that I dealt with. But then there was one part of the class dealt with electronics.
Right.
So, because that's part of,
My older brother took that.
Whatever.
He loved it.
and of course, by that time, I was a licensed ham operator and had taken all the tests, and I was, I was pretty adept at and very more knowledgeable than the average bear. And Mr. Paget was not. He made no bones about teaching physics. He didn't like it. He managed to get a California produced series of films that every day he played a different one, black and white. A guy by the name of Mr. White was the teacher on this very boring 1950s vintage physics stuff, right? So
Physics.
that's what he played for the classroom each day, and he went back into the we used to call it the smoking lounge, but it was the teacher's lounge right behind the physics
Yeah.
lab and the stuff. But anyway, I got in there and I took it. We got into that and on the exam, which we had to a test each week on what we'd learned or did not learn that week. And the one question came up and it was about something, and it asked it in a theoretical manner. It asked what would have the least resistance, and it gave like 5 different examples. And one of them was some kind of a piece of metal at absolute zero. Well, the lower in temperature you go, wires and other things develop less resistance as you go along.
Right.
The theory is
I guess.
that at absolute zero,
Right.
there is no resistance. That's the theory. And so I marked it as the piece of whatever metal it was at absolute zero, minus 435 degrees, 434 degrees, minus 430, yeah, whatever it is. It's way down there. Nobody has reached absolute zero. Okay? But the theory is as you get lower and lower and lower, then that's what would happen, no resistance. So I put down that particular, he said, that's wrong. I said, why? He said, because we have not reached absolute zero. I said, we didn't ask it. The question did not say if we've reached absolute zero. It said, so therefore it becomes a theoretical question at absolute zero.
And this is why I went for a business degree.
This is at absolute zero. And he said, no, still wrong. Well, that didn't get me kicked out of class. The next day got me kicked out of class, or tried to. When I came in, because that night on this,
Because you just had to prove him wrong, right? So what did you do?
I had to prove me right.
What did you do?
I talked to on the amateur radio net that checked into every night, the Coastal Carolina Emergency Net. I just posed the question during the little shoot the breeze session. We'll call it a rag shoe session. I posed the question, and who do I get to respond to it with my tape recorder playing? A nuclear physicist at Duke University. I posed the exact question to him without telling him any story.
So it was only one day you got kicked out for.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
But anyway, it was funny. I posed the question and just gave the exact answers,
Right.
the possibilities of answers to him. And he chose my answer, and I had it all on tape. And I went up next morning, the next day, what time we got class. Miss Paget, can I play this audio tape? Yes, come on up. So I did.
Oh, not in front of the whole
Yeah.
class. You're lucky. Only one day. Only one day. You're lucky.
But he was a good sport about it later on, but it did irk him.
Oh
He was
yeah.
madder than a wet hen. I didn't get but a 95 on that test. I missed that
You're
question.
lucky you got the 95.
Mr. Patchett was a great guy. He was
He
unusual.
was.
But the funniest thing was, the other teachers and everything, that word spread
Right.
throughout the school. And I had teachers coming up to me that, that I had classes with or I had classes
They
with
would
in the
give you a
past.
high five.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Oh my.
The electronics teacher,
You're glad he didn't see that.
was ecstatic about it.
Now, who was the electronics teacher?
Mr.
Was it
Matthews.
Mr.
Darryl
Matthews? That's
He was
right.
also a boat captain
I
or
remember
a
that.
charter captain. And after he got out of school, we chartered his boat a few times to go diving.
As I was saying earlier, my older brother took electronics, and I remember him talking about Mr. Matthews. And my older brother went on to be a radar electronic technician or whatever with the Navy.
Cool.
So he did his career
Good
there,
man.
but he stayed in that field once. And it started in high school. It started in high
Well,
school.
it's a good thing.
Yes.
910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. Anything we've talked about, anything we might talk about, anything you'd like to talk about, I'm pretty much wide open right now.
Right.
I won't get into any details about any investigations that are going that I know about, but you could talk about them if you want to. Just don't spread rumors,
Locally?
please. Yeah,
Locally?
yeah.
Investigations going on?
Well, I mean, we're talking about the school yesterday.
Oh, yes.
That's a biggie.
You know what? I have to say it again. I so appreciate the sheriff taking a moment.
Oh, I do
All
too.
this is just unfolded, and it's been less than 24 hours,
Yeah.
and he took the time to come in here and say, "Look, we've got this. We've got this." So I appreciate that. I didn't think he would be coming in today.
One
You
of the
said he's
questions-
coming in like what?
Yeah, well, when I was talking with Trevor yesterday, I said, and I don't know whether the sheriff was there or not, because I think he posed the question. I know the major or the colonel was there. They were all together somewhere, so I heard him talking to somebody.
Is that
Our new colonel? Yeah.
the worm colonel?
Don't call him the worm. He is the.
He does so good.
He's number 2 man in the department.
Number 2
in
man
the
now.
office.
Right.
Okay. Now let's
Good
go to the
choice.
Department of Homeland Security. They've run out of money.
Oh, well,
they
let's talk
haven't.
about the cars too.
Their,
Go ahead.
Their salary,
Mhm.
their salaries, they're only getting partial paychecks right now. The Homeland Security folks,
Yes.
and that means the folks at TSA.
Yes. Please don't walk off.
The shutdown that's going on is causing massive delays at some airports across the country. Wait times for travelers of 3.5 hours reported at major hubs due to officer shortages.
Good Lord.
Okay. The TSA website and app paused operations on the 17th of February. It's been a month almost. The site will not be updated until after funding is enacted. Travelers high and dry when it comes to finding wait time information. They're suggesting 4 hours before your plane leaves, be at the aeroport. Now, I don't know what will happen if you go 4 hours to the airport here in Onslow County.
We're
If
good
you go
here.
to Ellis Airport at 4 hours before that first flight in the morning, you're going to be the only one on the block.
You better hope the cafeteria's open.
The
grill.
It won't be.
grill.
The airport won't even be open
Well, that's true.
4 hours early.
That's
It's
right.
not going to happen. So I don't know what's going to happen there. The good thing is we don't have, well, bad thing, good thing. We don't have the traffic on at the airport that time of morning that a lot of places
That's true
have.
because I think the first flight out's not to 6.
Yeah,
Something.
but they're all connecting flights, so
Right.
they're not like
Right.
backing up with 1 million people to go to
Do you,
Europe.
in your opinion, do you think that the left side of the house is purposely
Yeah,
voting
yeah.
against all this to create so much mayhem in the country?
Well, yeah, it's not in the country; it's with the administration, with the current administration.
But it affects all of
But
us.
they're trying to make it look like who are they going to blame? Who are we going to blame for this? We're going to blame who are the administrators. The buck stops with the president, y'all.
Oh, of course it does.
And that's who
regardless.
we're going to blame.
Yes.
If everything had gone really rotten yesterday in the school system, who would they have blamed? That man sitting to my left this morning.
Right.
That's who they would have blamed, regardless of whether he had anything to do with it or not.
Exactly.
So they're going to, we, the people, the dummies that we are going to blame whoever's in charge. We did it when Obama was in charge. We've done it when Bush was in charge. We blamed everybody, whoever's at the top in charge for whatever happened.
It's the way it
Democrat,
goes.
Republican, or whatever.
Right.
Now, when the Republicans have issues to deal with, I think they generally accept the blame. What I see.
Right.
When the Democrats have issues to deal with, they say they blame somebody else. Now, what happens during the first Trump 4 years? He was faced with, we got to unelect him. We got to make sure this man is never reelected. They didn't count on him running again, to be honest with you. But they just wanted to totally destroy his administration and him during his first 4 years so that they could put anybody in to beat him.
Mm-hmm.
They found out that he became a kind of a popular guy during his first administration, even though they tried to undermine him. But so they then therefore had to find somebody with a name, because they couldn't have just put somebody else out there, a newbie out there. So they found Joe Biden. Oh, I've been a senator for 900 years, and I've been the vice president for 8 years. So I got experience. I got more experience than Donald Trump's got. I've been the vice president. So they ran him, and he barely won, but he won.
Mm-hmm.
He won. I don't care about you naysayers out there. He won, and fair and square, he won. Yes, there were bad votes. Yes, there were bad votes in both directions. So what do you do? But he won. So they pretty well destroyed him, kept him from being reelected. Thumbs up to them. They did their job. Now, this administration, they're trying to make it so that some Democrat will win the next election.
Right.
Because they lost the reelection. Biden lost. Well, he would have lost if he had been running, but his protege, Harris, lost for the Democrats. That's their fault. Y'all were stupid to begin with.
Yeah.
You should have
done better.
You should have put somebody else out there training that person 2 years before that election, at least.
Exactly. Well, they knew coming up they were taking a chance with Biden. They should have had a backup plan. They should have been ready.
And they should have, they should have removed it. They could have done it. The Democrats could have gotten him out of there.
They could have.
And they could have said, we're just not going to nominate you.
Right.
We're not going to do it. That's going to look bad for you. Best for you to resign or to say you're not going to run again. But he didn't do it. Now, if they can't, they have to do something now to try to do win something in 2 years, 3 years from now. They're working that far in advance. Obviously, they learned their lesson, but who they're going to run, who knows? Don't know. I think they found out that Newsom's not a good choice.
I think we pretty much know who's going to run on the Republican side.
Yeah, it's going to be Vance.
On the Democratic side, right, there's a lot of rumors going around, which I believe they're just rumors and gossip, that Kamala and AOC are on a ticket. I don't believe any of that.
I really hope so.
Well,
I hope so. That would be, anybody could win against them.
Right. And then, of course, Gavin Newsom. And there'll be some others throw their name in the ring. Now, what I'd like to see on the Republican side is a Vance Rubio ticket.
I don't know. I don't have a dog in that fight.
I really like Rubio. I think out of all the administration right now, he's the one person that I trust.
Okay. I don't know. I don't, like I said,
right.
I haven't looked that far ahead.
Right.
I don't have a dog in that thing. Pluses and minuses. I'll add up the pluses and minuses sooner or later. But right now, somebody's got to get this country back on economic safe ground, and we can't do it by paying the staff half pay
Right.
because
No, I agree.
they're not working full time.
I agree
And
100%.
who's suffering? These thousands and thousands of people who are having to wait in line.
Right.
And here's the I'm going to now when it comes to it. Now, when it happens,
Mhm.
because you know that there are people out there. I think like bad guys. What would I do to take advantage of this operation? I'm a terrorist.
Just don't be putting ideas out there.
I don't have to put them out there. I get them from them. I know what they're thinking. I read their minds. No, seriously, I can
Right.
read bad people's minds.
Right.
What I would do is I would take advantage of this. I would have people placed, ready to go, and somebody, not every one of them, but somebody who's going to go through these airports. They're suicide people anyway, right?
Right.
They don't care if they get caught. It's not that big
Let's
a deal.
not talk about this. I'm still expecting my granddaughter on a flight.
They're going to. They could easily go through and
Right.
and do something, and one of them will sooner or later get through and create mayhem.
Right.
That's
right.
the scary
I
part.
understand exactly.
And
yeah.
that's what we the people in this country should decide.
And the sleeper cells have been mighty
all,
quiet.
All of that's out there. We got to call her, but I don't know who it is. Good morning. You're
I
live and
don't
local.
either.
I have no clue
Oh,
who this is.
he hit the button
But I
before
sure do
the
miss-
number
I sure
came
do
up.
miss sitting between you two.
I wish you were
Well,
here.
we
Come
wish
and
you
get
were
your butt
back.
over here.
I'm doing my very best.
We'll extend the time if you'll come on by.
I'm going to do my very best to try to get back there starting tomorrow.
Good. Thank you.
But I did want to say you two continue to do a great job for the community, keeping people aware of the truth of things happening in Onslow County, especially when it comes to law enforcement. Thanks to our awesome sheriff, Chris Thomas,
awesome.
and trying to keep people to understand that social media people are throwing so much garbage at people, and it's so unfair to the children, the parents, the staff,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
law enforcement that these people, I wish they could get caught. I'm hoping they'll get caught. But you two are continuing to do a great job of keeping Onslow County informed on
I'm glad you
the
called
important
because
things.
I had a complete brain dropout this morning when they asked me for a telephone number. I remember
Right.
numbers that we had when I was a kid, 91034. Well, before that, 3961. We had only a 4-digit code telephone numbers here. I remember the first telephone number that my family had,
I
3961.
remember mine.
My grandparents had
Yep.
2592.
Mhm.
Alpine 6, 2592 in Riceville Beach.
I remembered the number. I mean, I got it up there, but at the moment I couldn't think. And
What's
you're
Christ?
always like
What's Crime Stoppers number?
938-3273.
910-938-3273.
Okay. I will give that out again in a minute because I'm going to encourage people based upon the sheriff being here
Yes.
this morning what to do.
But
And
I put
hopefully
it on
they'll
our
do it.
pages.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
Well, I also want
Give
to
it
thank you for that lead-in, Rayford. You must have read my mind.
I did.
The Crime Stopper tickets are now available, although they cannot be used until the month of April. They are available now, so you might want to pick up 2 or 20, and you
Got
have
to
your
go
choice
with
of
me.
chicken or barbecue with your choice of 2 sides. Unfortunately, for you, Rayford, they'll throw in the banana pudding as a side, but for everybody
It's
else,
okay. I will
that's
buy.
not a side.
I will buy a side of. I'll go in there with my ticket. I got me a ticket. Give me a ticket. I'm also going to buy a side of a banana pudding.
Oh yeah, they do have some good banana pudding, but
I went
Yeah,
through the
the
drive-through the other day, and that lady tried so hard to sell me banana pudding, and I said no.
you said no.
I held my ground.
Oh, good for you.
It was
No,
hard.
you could have bought some and brought it in, put it in the
was so
refrigerator, it'd be good the
hard.
next day.
Yeah, I could have.
Well, upon my return, I have some treats for the crew, but the tickets are good at Gum Branch Road and Yop Road,
Right. Good.
and we will
April's only-
deliver for.
Just FYI, April is only 21 days away. So buy the tickets now.
Right.
Buy
Yeah.
2 a week for the next 3 weeks. buy 4 a day for the next 3 weeks. I don't
Eat that
care.
much
Just
chicken.
buy the tickets
Yeah,
and
we
you can
could do
use them
that.
during the month of April.
Right.
And you can always refrigerate it, freeze it, and use it in the middle of the
Absolutely.
day.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, folks, this is our only fundraiser of the year for Crime Stoppers. You'll see the Crime Stopper car out a lot in the next couple of weeks because I'll be going around trying to get people to see that this is good food and a great cause.
Oh, it
And
is good.
one of our biggest proponents, of course, is Live and Local Real Talk.
Mhm.
Always promoting Crime Stoppers, always promoting our fundraiser, which we thank you for. And just real quick on the front runners for the Democrats, I think pretty much the Republicans know who it is. An outside shot's going to be AOC.
I hope so. I'm pulling for her. I'm going to vote in the primary next year on a Democrat when it comes time. I'm going to vote for her.
Yeah, racer.
All
maybe
affiliated.
And Andy Beershear from Kentucky is a name they're really kicking around because he won a second term in Kentucky. But you know, a name that doesn't come up too often for the Republicans is Eric Trump.
Yeah.
I know, Rafer. I'm just saying. Nobody throws his name out. Maybe a reason why.
I like his wife.
Yeah,
She's from
very
Wilmington.
lovely.
That's why.
Very, very lovely lady. But anyway, y'all are doing great. The viewership continues to go up. Word's getting out that for people that want to have a nice conversation and get your points across, it's Live and Local Real Talk. And I look forward to getting back there very soon, hopefully tomorrow.
And in case you haven't noticed, I have resurrected the phone system. I've found some flaws in it,
Wait
so
for
I
fix
fixed
it.
it.
I knew you would.
When I would remember,
Wait, fixed it.
my problem was when I would get up here at 9:00 or 9:30 every morning and walk out. Sometimes my brain doesn't remember things. But the other day it was such a disaster on the air. I just said, "Well,
It
made a
wasn't
point.
that bad.
yes, it was. It was a disaster.
We were good.
It
I
was.
think that
It was the same kind. You know what happens when you walk into an airplane propeller backwards?
Rayford, it was
I don't
not
do
that
that.
bad.
You know
We
what?
were good.
You know what happens? You know what it is?
Oh,
Disaster.
Well, we had
right.
some good talks
Right.
this week and some good callers. And I think Commissioner Knapp, Vice Chair Knapp,
Mhm.
did a good job yesterday. Still, there is a lot of talk going on about that, but I'm
People need to
hoping
let it
that Lee,
go.
maybe you know the latest on Senator Lazara's post about possibly the Senate getting
Yeah.
involved,
Yeah.
put a moratorium on it or something. But people, we're all being affected by it. It's not done yet, and just everybody do something real special.
Be
Be nice to somebody today.
oh God, who?
Come on, Rayford.
I got to go to a big box store and get some stuff. Should I be nice?
Be
I
nice
need
to
to
them.
go too. I need to go too, but I'm going to wait.
I know
I'm
Mr.
gonna wait.
Paget at one of the stores. Anytime I have problems, he's always out there on the floor helping people. Oh, Miss
Oh, yeah.
Paget, remember me? So he
Can I
always
just
does.
give you my list to go?
And he works over in the hardware section, but he's led me all the way down to the other end to the plumbing when I
Yeah.
need some help.
Good
He said,
people
"I'll-"
over
he said,
there.
I'll show you where it is.
There are some really good customer service
Mhm.
people in the big box stores. So don't forget, I know some people think it's cheaper online, but for that good customer service, we still have some good stores here. And some good
Let me
people
tell you about
on there.
cheaper online. It cost me $57 to ship something back the other day that I got online. Now I got to buy something else, and I'll have to pay the
Did
shipping
you
for that.
ship it back yet?
Oh, I shipped it back,
I was going to
$57.
say I should have taken a look at it. I might have wanted it.
No, it was defective.
Oh, it's defective. Well, I don't want anything defective.
Okay.
I
I
don't
still,
want
I
it.
still had to pay the return shipping. That's in their rules.
That's
I want-
like last
Lee?
week.
I will buy on eBay. I won't buy from the company.
Last
anymore.
week I got a shipment and it was, I forget what all, but there was a couple blouses that I ordered And when I opened the box, there was a blouse that was not the blouse I ordered, not the color, not the size, anything. So, but it's easy because all you have to do is put down, I'm returning this, the reason why. They email you a barcode or a QR code. You walk into Staples and you say, you don't have to wrap it or anything. Here it is. Show them that. They scan it. Boom, you're done.
Well, here's
Not
the
easy.
situation. I could have taken all that time, gone to the store in the first place, picked out exactly what I wanted, checked it out, and been done with it. Wouldn't have to make a return
See,
trip.
There you go.
Shop local.
Right.
Brick and mortar stores. That's where he's at, y'all.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, Lee.
unfortunately, what I
Lee, here's an idea, because I know you have
Yes.
plenty of time
Yeah.
on your hands where you're not traveling. You could open a return thing, and you could deal with the U.S. Postal Service.
no,
Okay. It's just a
not
thought.
happening. Not happening. There's plenty
Yeah,
of stores
okay.
around here that'll do
I'm
that
just-
for you.
I'm just on you out.
Yeah.
Y'all have a blessed day. I'll
You
see
too.
See you in
Hope
the
to see
morning.
you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, you were talking
Chris
about
Marshall,
that.
partner in crime.
I just looked it up and I asked Google, and Google's telling me that former Vice President Kamala Harris, California Governor Gavin Newsom, and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez are currently the leading Democratic contenders for 2028.
Okay, good.
Now, they did say other notable contenders: Pete Buttigieg, the former transportation secretary. Yes, because he appeals to younger,
People don't
educated,
even
and
like his-
suburban
Those
voters.
younger,
Well,
educated
keep
people
the
don't
younger
even, they
votes.
don't even vote.
They don't even. I agree with you. Oh, he's polling around 7% though. Josh Shapiro, remember he was in the running to be a VP candidate on.
It wasn't
Kamala's
the guy that
ticket?
invented the sharper pencils or something.
He's the one whose house got firebombed last year.
I didn't do it.
Pennsylvania governor is a pragmatic, centrist candidate with a strong approval in a key swing state. But he is only polling 7%. So that's real strong. Well, Mark Kelly, Arizona senator, he has a moderate support at 6%. He's got a reputation for a steady bipartisan leadership. Gretchen Whitmer, Michigan governor, is recognized for executive experience in a battleground state, polling around 4%. Oh, these polls. J.B. Pritzker, yeah, Illinois governor, he has a modest support at 3%. And then what Chris said, Andy Beshear, Kentucky governor, and John Ossoff, Georgia senator, are emerging candidates with smaller, earlier support around 1%.
Yeah.
Oh, other potential candidates include Wes Moore, Raphael Warnock, Ro Khanna, and A.B. Klobuchar. Yes.
Okay, here's my advice to the left side of the aisle and to the right side of the aisle who just are not getting the job done. You're fired, number one. That's what I would do if I could. But if I want you to think about the people instead of the politics. Don't think of your political misdeeds. Don't think of playing politics with this whole thing. Don't worry about whether you're going to get elected or reelected. Don't worry about who the president's going to be. And don't use us to play your games. When we've got lines of people out there because you won't sign the bill to continue running the country, when you're doing that, what are you doing? No, what you're doing is, well, I'm going to cut all this stuff off and we're going to show them that the president's using all that money to blow up Iran with those $1 million missiles and all that sort of good stuff. He's doing nothing but taking money away from them that we could use to pay these other people. No, he's not. That's all budgeted. You can't take that away from him. Okay? But what you're doing is shutting down the rest of the country. You are as dumb, as stupid. I'll take it back. You are as stupid and conniving and undermining as the Russian government, because that's exactly the way they operated. They took it all away from the people, took everything away from the people, and gave it to just the brass. the way they operated.
Yeah, reading this, yeah, early polls and prediction markets indicate that Harris leads. Can she go to rehab, baby, before then?
No, how about just a retrofit?
You know what? You know how she's been talking about Trump and what's happening in Iran. Well, you know what surfaced yesterday, Steve, was a video, and I remember watching this myself, where they asked her about Iran, and she blatantly just came out and said, "Stop! No, don't do it." Talking about Iran trying to mess with the United States.
Don't do what?
Don't mess with the United States.
Oh.
Don't do what they're doing. Don't make us having to take action. So I don't know, Steve. Who's your preference for 2028?
Deep sigh.
I think Chris Christie's
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait till I hear them get into that
Right.
to that mode. And
How about on the
hear
Democrat
what they
side?
want to say.
Look at the Democrat side. Pretend you're a Democrat.
Right.
What do you have out there?
If I was going to pick two out of that group you just mentioned, I would probably go between Shapiro and Kelly.
Yep.
Those are the only two names that I thought that would be
I have to agree.
acceptable to me.
Right.
Well, I mean, I'm not a hater of Gavin Newsom. I could understand why Democrats might rally around him. I wouldn't. Yeah,
I don't think they're nationwide, even among the Democrats. You got to lean pretty far to the left, I think, to really find him acceptable. I know that a lot of Democrats in California do, but I can't see that from the heartland of these United States, and definitely not from the South.
That's the thing that is puzzling to me, that everybody looks at Gavin Newsom as a far left, but he's really not. And the far left, they don't really like him as much as you think they do.
Well,
he's more moderate on a lot of things. He don't believe that trans men should be in women's sports. That's not a majority opinion in California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. He's a weird duck. A little bit, you know.
That's one way to. He's kind of like some of those Swansboro ducks down there, right?
Yeah, you know, he flies backwards sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I was going to pick somebody, I did Shapiro and Kelly, probably leaning more towards Kelly because of his resume.
I think it's a given that J.D. Vance is going to be the primary choice right now of the Republicans. That can change, of course. You got 3 years,
True.
2 years before you get into the season big time. Other than him, let's just say he says, I ain't going to do that. Other than Vance, who else out there the Democrats counted on Biden a few years ago, and you know how that went. They put all their eggs in one basket. If the Republicans put all their eggs into one basket and it's Vance and things just don't work out the closer you get, is there something else? What's your backup plan?
Personally, I think J.D. Vance as the nominee would be a mistake. He would carry all the baggage of Trump with none of the charisma. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
As far as somebody other than him, I'd have to think on that one for a minute. Honestly, in my opinion, any of the ones out there that agree with Trump 100%, that right there is a hurdle for me. Anybody who agrees with any person in that position 100%, I'm skeptical of them being able to see clearly, for lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm. Or think outside the box for sure. I agree with you with that. I've never met. I can't agree with myself 100% of the time. So I'm not sure I could ever. I'm not sure I could ever agree with anybody in politics 100% of the time.
And I would second that. I am very skeptical.
I ask lots of questions, and some politicians like that, some don't. I do put a lot of credibility in not in fact checking somebody and never finding that they are being untruthful. They may have a different opinion, but they're not telling me things are facts that aren't facts.
Well, there was a sheriff here in Oslo County many years ago, and he's a straight up. He was being very honest when he was asked, are you always truthful? Do you always tell the truth? Yada 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 yada. And he says, I tell the truth, and I am as honest as a politician can be. And he was being straight up. He was, and that's the way he felt. I did not dislike him for it, but I'm like, really? Is that the way this world actually works? And then I came, as I grew older, come to believe exactly what he said is true. I'm as honest as I can be.
I think there's two, different kinds of politicians. There's politicians that just won't tell people the truth sometimes because they don't think that's what they want to hear. And then there's politicians who find a way to present a unpleasant truth to their constituents. I like the latter of the two, the one that, will tell you the truth, but at least can try and, put some sugar on it before they give it to you.
Yeah.
Truth in politics? Wow.
But I can understand that
Great.
statement. I get that. There's some people that you just can't be truthful with them because they don't want to accept the truth.
Yep.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a politician just simply for that fact, having to try and deal with people who have a set mind, and it don't matter what you say, it's not going to change.
Yeah, and those who can't see, you're not going to like everything that everybody does. Nobody should. I don't. It's kind of like snowflakes. Well, not to compare politicians to snowflakes, but it's kind of like snowflakes. There are no two that are alike. There's no one opinion out there that's accurate, that's perfect for everybody to accept.
Right.
That's the way the world is, I think. We're all different. We all have different fingerprints and different DNA for the most part.
We'll have to wait and see.
Right. Well, I look back over history and the presidents we've had that have been able to be what they call them good orators.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to speak to the people. And Reagan was one of them.
Yes.
Kennedy was one. A lot of people don't like this because it's recent, but Obama was one as well.
Yes.
He didn't always say the right thing, but on average, he had a good demeanor about talking to people.
Yeah, he was a good speaker.
He was a good speaker. He didn't always, he didn't always say the right thing. Sometimes, he would say something very disagreeable, but on average, he was
sure.
Could talk to the people.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that. I won't really gonna talk about politics.
Oh, sorry about that.
I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I was going to talk about something real important that I had a beautiful morning so far. I've seen the sunrise through the fog. I took the dog for a walk and just left the hardware store. Got a load of 2x4s in the back of the truck.
Oh,
I know what you're going to do with those.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, somebody gave me a suggestion for a secondary purpose for that rack I made is a recycle bins.
There you go.
Wow.
The lids on them and put them out by the trash cans as recycle bins. I didn't think about that because they're not attached. You can just pick the bins right up.
Yeah.
When they're full. So,
Uh-huh.
I was like, well, that's a thought too.
I wouldn't drill holes in those, but would you leave them outside all the time?
Well, they got lids on them, and they if I'm gonna use them as planters, I'm gonna leave them outside.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking
That's
about.
it, yeah.
Well, you wouldn't leave them uncovered for a recycle bin, though, right?
No.
Okay.
They come with lids.
Yeah,
So
I
you can
understand. People need to make sure because you don't want a bit thing full of water, and you certainly don't want water running through it and washing any stuff that you've got that's being
No.
recycled.
sticky stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Steve, are you talking about recycles like the trash man would pick up? Are you talking about recycling like yard waste and stuff like that to reuse?
I'm talking about like plastic and glass separation.
Oh, okay.
Like you would
Gotcha.
like the trash man would pick up. But now I'm a little bit unique probably from y'all that I live like a mile and a half from the trash dump and we get to dump our trash for free.
Oh,
in
nice.
Carteret County,
I may have to
and
get that
so-
address.
and they have the separated bins and stuff that if you want
Right,
to separate
right.
it, or if you don't, you just throw it all in the compactor.
Well, what we do here, we have something very similar. These people
Yes.
drive down the road and throw it out.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started
I'm going to
about
get you started one of these
the
days.
trash in
You
Onslow County.
and I are going to take a walk one of these days.
I'm
And
with you
we're gonna
100%.
pick up along the road the stuff
I'm
and
not
look
picking
for
up people's trash.
rubber gloves, and I'm going to look for names.
Well, let me tell you, as soon as you leave Onslow County and hit the Pender County line, the sides of the roads are beautiful. They're maintained, they're mowed, and there's no trash.
That's because they put the prisoners out there doing it.
You
Right?
go north, same thing. As soon as you leave this county line,
We got a bunch of filthy
Beautiful.
people, dogs
a
over
bunch of
here.
filthy people.
I would like to give an update to something I talked about months ago.
Okay.
Last summer, as a matter of fact, where they didn't cut the
Start.
grass on Piney Green Road. And
Yeah.
Yes.
they finally cut it once it all died.
No. See, you don't understand. They call it hay.
We have no
You're
money.
just not understanding. They wait for it to start to turn brown, then they mow it down.
The DOT has no money.
Me and my wife were over there a month or so ago, and we were coming down Piney Green Road, and I was like, man, they finally cut the grass
See,
in January.
you're like, you talk about that like I talk about the trash on the roads. Like when I'm going in and out of the county, especially going south, the amount of trash. Unbelievable.
Piney Green to me is an exception because it's supposed to be they're trying to entice businesses now that it's a 4-lane to, open up on that road. And I don't, if you don't keep it up, if it looks the way it did, I couldn't see anybody wanting to put a business out there.
Well, DOT is going to do the road maintenance,
Right.
and the Chamber of Commerce and the Economic Development folks are going to look for businesses, and those two groups of people don't ever talk to each other.
Yeah. It I don't know. And it's probably, just wishful thinking, but I would think that they would want to go down there. If the state didn't do it, they could work out something where they could maybe go in there and do it a few times. I'm sure the
Yeah.
state probably wouldn't mind, but I don't know if the money's there. But, if it's causing it to be a depressed area, that's going to cost quite a bit in future tax revenue.
Uh-huh.
Rayford is
Yeah.
just like every couple of weeks when you travel, like you go 17 south, you always saw the DOT mower out there mowing. And you go at
Do they ever
24.
leave them alongside the road overnight?
Do they bring them out of the garage is the question.
I mean, if they're up there on 17 South, we could get a trailer, run down there and pick up one or two from time to time and just drive them down the road. What?
Be in the news now, missing tractor.
I think they got a specific name for that.
Oh, yeah.
Theft.
No.
No, but I've known ever since COVID, ever since Florence. I think it goes all the way back to Florence. We don't have the roadside cleanup and the roadside mowing and beautification
We
like we
need
used to
more
have.
prisoners. We need them and put them to work.
Y'all need to find which one looks the worst and adopt that highway.
No. People don't even do that anymore like they used to.
Nah.
I was going to say, over here on 58 Highway, they still some people who come out and clean up the sides of the roads.
That's nice.
And they've got it worked out where I don't know if they do it when the state does it or if the state does it when they do it or whatever, but they'll come along and mow the sides of the roads. And the
Nice.
people cleanup kind of goes right along with it.
Wow. Siva, appreciate your call, sir.
Yes.
You're welcome. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too.
You take care. Bye.
Well,
Well, it's his time.
it is time.
Well, we get to aggravate Dr. Rose tomorrow and Peter Wright tomorrow.
Yes. Yep.
Peter Wright's going to be wrong. No, he's not.
Oh, I have a question. Did you get a letter from some kind of agency? I have it with me that said that your health care files were
Compromise.
compromised.
I don't know. Do I read that stuff?
Well, I just want to know, is it from our doctor's office or is it from our health insurance? I brought it in because I want Peter to take a look at it and tell me and it says call here for free. You're going to get free credit monitoring for a year. Call here. I'm like, I'm not calling anybody.
Uh-oh.
First of all, it does not say who it's from.
I saw something this morning filling out, and fill this out, and you can get information if you want to verify. If you want some information about yada 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 yada, and then it was about something that was a public service thing, right?
Right.
Then by the time you click on it, you get down there about 3 places, and they said, "We need your information about da 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 da," and we will send you information about something else. I don't
It's
know.
from Trizetto Provider Solutions,
Don't know.
and it says, "We believe the privacy and security of your health information is important." Blah blah blah.
Oh, get
And they
over it.
found out where they had been hacked, December of this
Who
past
was
of
hacked?
2020. But it does. I don't know who Trizetto is.
Who was hacked? I mean, how? What?
It says that TPS provides billing related services to healthcare providers such as hospitals, health systems, and physicians. Blah blah.
So was
We are
TPS
running-
hacked?
We are running to notify you that a cybersecurity incident at TPS, which is the Trizetto Provider Solutions, may have involved some of your protected health information. And then it goes on to explain what happened, but I don't know what, who are you? Who are you? I mean, do I have this? Do we have that?
Who knows?
Does our doctor's office use TPS
Who
to
knows?
bill us? Does Medicare or my Blue Cross Blue Shield, do they use? And see, there's nowhere you can call them.
Ah, you
See?
can.
But this
But
did
they
come.
will speak of someone's
I will
other
say
language.
it came first class mail. And that's the only reason why I opened it. It said, "Oh, wait, here's more information, toll free call center." Oh, I'm going to have to call them and find out, who they are and what.
What do we call them on here? Right?
We could do that.
Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll see what they say.
All right. Yes, because I have
we'll
a code here.
we'll call them in the morning.
This is crazy. Anyway, I'm leaving this here.
Oh,
All
we're
right.
gonna have fun, y'all.
All right.
Okay. We do have Dr. Rose in the morning, 7:30.
Yes.
She's y'all who listen, you know who she is, and we can ask her about children's things, but
Pediatric.
we
care,
always
right.
get, since we're children, just big ones.
That's right.
We always ask her about that stuff for us too,
Correct.
and when ticks out there, they affect little kids and stuff.
Lyme disease.
All
Oh,
that stuff affects all of
don't.
us. So you're itching all of a sudden.
you start because just the thought of a tick.
But we're, we have some questions. So if you got some questions you'd like us to ask, particularly if it pertains to children and medical care or
Right.
other issues you would like to have us ask,
Prevention.
we don't
anything
think that we can still dial and get you on the air when we got somebody on the phone. But we can take your questions if you'll send them to us.
Yes.
Text them to Lee. You can email them. The addresses
Text
are on
to the
Facebook.
page.
Text it to the
DM
page.
the
Do whatever. You
page,
don't have to put
whatever.
it on a public comment. You can just send us a private message if you'd
Right.
like to. Well, any way you want to get it to us, we can do it.
Right. And then Thursday, we have Royce Bennett, who's
Mhm.
with the Salvation Army, also another hat he wears. And I guess you would say the commander
Yep.
of the Salvation
The-
Army, Aaron Farb. Yes. Goldfarb.
Anyway, we've got
He'll be
we're
in.
coming in. They're going to talk about Salvation Army, and it's a big fundraiser coming up. And
Mhm.
there's a big fundraiser coming up.
John's Low Eats.
Yeah, it used to be men who eat, men who cook. I'm sorry, men who cook for men who eat.
Right.
And
yeah.
since
a
I
big
fit
deal.
both categories, I'm men who cook and I'm a man who eats. That was real special to me.
Yes. And we're going to talk all about it. It's an upcoming event and what you can do to be a part of it,
Mhm.
or what you can do to purchase a ticket for this fundraiser to come in and eat lots of food.
And
all sorts of different
we're kind of
food.
counting on it because there was a sort of an off the wall comment challenge as a joke, I think, to our insurance commissioner, the
Our North Carolina Insurance Commissioner.
Mike Halsey, last year, and he said, "I'd like to enter that."
Yes.
So
Yes,
he is, as of the last call we had, he was still planning to do that.
I have to send him all the
So
information. Yes.
you need to keep him updated and find out what he's going to cook and when he's going to be here. So
Yes.
he needs to make arrangements now.
Yeah. Well,
Get it done.
and if he
And
does,
don't
it's
you
your,
bring any Kentucky Fried Chicken, Mike?
it is he would
Well,
not. He said
if
he
you
had
do, bring it
his,
to me. I'll eat it.
I believe it was, he told me his grandmother's recipe books or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he does use those to cook pies and stuff. We got into a discussion about pies
Don't
one
cook
day.
a pie. Come
But
on.
he's
Let's do an
supposed to
entree.
be-
Let's do an entree.
I think it's Jones County, whatever. I have to get the information. The full council of state is supposed to be down.
No, that's cool.
So,
Okay, we will see you guys in the morning. Have a great rest of your day. Be safe out there. And you gonna go get Thorny again?
no, what I have
I
to
said
do.
Thorny again.
I'm glad you I'm glad you. I know what I have to do. My project today does not involve rose bushes,
Okay,
so I'm good today.
that's good. We'll see you in the morning. You're live and local Real Talk. We're awake, not woke, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Absolutely.